Hi guys, it's Rachel. I want to talk to you now about a few books that I think would be great to fill your biography, autobiography, and memoir genre. The first being Guts by Gary Paulson. And some of you might already have read the book Hatchet by Gary Paulson. It is about Brian, a boy whose plane goes down in the middle of the wilderness and he has to learn how to survive on his own. But as it turns out, a lot of what Brian went through is based on Gary Paulson's own experiences surviving in the wild. He writes about making his own bows and arrows to hunt with, and some of the interesting cuisine he has sampled in the wilderness, including eyeballs and actual guts. And don't worry, recipes are included. So as it turns out, it apparently takes a combination of eating guts and having guts of your own to survive in the wild. So this is a great one for nature lovers and survivalists. Okay, next. Elon Musk and the Quest for a Fantastic Future by Ashley Vance. And I'm not sure how many of you have heard of Elon Musk. Some of you may have, some of you may have not. But to give you some background info, he is an engineer and inventor with a net worth of almost $30 billion, making him the 20th richest person in the world. So he's most famous for Tesla, which is the electric car company, but his inventions and companies, of which there are many, all have something in common, which is to save the planet and to better humanity. So he wants to reduce global warming by using sustainable energy sources, and he even has a grand plan of beginning a human colony on Mars. So this book kind of answers the question of how did he get to be one of the richest people in the world while at the same time becoming this kind of great change maker. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can read all about it in his biography by Ashley Vance. Next, My Life with the Chimpanzees by Jane Goodall. Did you guys ever think that one of your favorite childhood toys would inspire your future career? Well, that is the case with Jane Goodall, who is the world's leading expert on chimpanzees. As a child, she was given a stuffed chimpanzee named Jubilee, and she loved it so much that years later, she made the study of chimpanzees her life's work, among other reasons. It wasn't always easy, but she was able to create a life for herself in the jungle studying chimp families and even becoming part of those families herself. So this is a great one for animal lovers and anyone who has an interest in protecting the earth and preserving it for all of its creatures. And Jane Goodall, very, very famous scientist, probably you've heard of her, but this is an actual autobiography where you get to hear about her from her own perspective. All right, next up, I Will Always Write Back by Martin Gonda and Caitlin Alafarenka. So has anyone ever had a pen pal? For those of you who aren't familiar with this, a pen pal is someone from another place or country who you exchange letters with. And a lot of kids are assigned a pen pal as part of a school assignment. So this was the case of Caitlin, an American student, and Martin, a Zimbabwean one. But what started as an assignment for school ended up turning into 6 years of letter writing, which was an amazing feat considering Martin was extremely poor. He was so poor he actually had to work to earn money just to pay for the postage to send Caitlin a letter. But despite the odds, Martin and Caitlin consider themselves best friends to this day. This is very uplifting and inspirational, which I think all of us could use right now. So I highly recommend I Will Always Write Back. And last, Courage to Soar by Simone Biles. So gymnast Simone Biles is one of the most talented and famous athletes in the world, having won Olympic gold 4 times, plus many, many world championships. You may know about her, but in Courage to Soar, you do get to hear her story from Simone herself, and it was not always easy. As a young child, she was in and out of foster care until she was eventually adopted by her grandparents. And it wasn't long before she started gymnastics and her natural talent became apparent very quickly. But balancing being the most decorated US gymnast of all time with being a teenager has not always been easy. So Simone writes as if she were having a conversation with you, making her autobiography a fun read. So sports fan, gymnastics fan, and anyone who just wants to read an amazing story about an amazing athlete, definitely check this one out. All right, guys, that about wraps up my book talks for you guys. So I certainly hope that I was able to give you some great ideas of books to earn those genre badges, even while you are learning from home. And I hope to be able to see you all in person soon. Thanks.